counseling room, or I'm in room 1134.
Well, it's just a cookie.
What do you enjoy most about this campaign, do you think?
Well, I think it's not really a campaign. You can't campaign the biggest cookie on the planet. I think my involvement with Nabisco and Oreo cookies is just to remind people that all roads lead to Oreo cookies. You go through this world, nothing can stop the Duke of Earl.
Now,
I'm ready.
You were singing Duke of Earl before, which is...
That's because your name is Earl.
Well, how did that go again, that Duke of Earl?
Duke of Earl. Earl. This is the Duke of Earl. Guy's name's Earl.
Yeah, and I've heard that my whole life.
Earl.
Plus, I like
Hey, Earl.
Yeah. Anyway, you're doing twisting of another kind right now, right, Chubby? What's happening here?
It's called the Oreo Twist. You take an Oreo cookie, and you got to be good at this. You take an Oreo cookie, and you do it like this.
Perfect. Like we all did when we were kids, right?
Yeah. This is nothing new. It's an Oreo cookie, and everyone likes to get to the insides, and then they save the chocolate-covered outsides for last.
He knows the whole
It's been going on forever. I mean, before I got involved in this, you know, we've been eating Oreo cookies. Everybody.
We're okay. Okay.
3, 2. Okay.
Chubby, what aspect of your connection with Nabisco and Oreo piqued your interest the most, do you think?
Well, Nabisco sort of found me, and it's a conglomeration of two classics, the Oreo cookie and Chubby Checker. We're sort of still around, but I'm not around like Oreo cookies. I mean, they do billions of those a year, but they do have we have this thing in common. Chubby does a twist of the body, and Oreo does a twist of the wrist. And I think that's kind of interesting.
Do you think you'll be starting a new craze across the country?
No, I think that this twist with the cookie has been going on since maybe in 1930. And then Chubby Checker came along and it says, here's another twist, but it's just another twist. And I want to kind of think of myself as being being around a classic that's active rather than a classic that sits in the garage. You know, this is a classic that's active. This is a classic that's some 72 years old, is still going on. It's very successful, the most successful cookie in the world, the Oreo cookie. Mm-hmm. I like to think Chubby Checker is still around, you know, being very successful. And I think we both do a twist.
Right.
And the people like it.
Sure.
I think that's basically it.
Now, speaking about lasting over the years, like two classics with you and the Twist and Oreo, why has that song been able to last through the generations, do you think?
It's simple. It's easy. If you saw this cookie in another label, mm-hmm. you wouldn't think it that way. What would you think? Oreos. Mm-hmm. Same thing with the Twist. As long as we're dancing apart, we're doing the Twist. Because before the Twist, no one danced apart to anything. And the same thing like this cookie. If you see a cookie with black on the outside and white on the inside, you think Oreo, no matter what it is. And I think it's the same way about the Twist. People are dancing apart. They says, you know, they dance, and when they see Chubby Checker, they go, Chubby Checker! A kid's 8 years old, Chubby Checker. They don't realize. Do you know that mothers teach their babies how to do a twist? It's just built in. So I don't think about it too much.
Yeah. I know it's an old story, but some of our viewers may not know where that name came from. Obviously,
what?
Chubby Checker.
Well, I was always chubby.
Right.
When I was a little kid. And the checker came along when I was doing a Fats Domino song in the studio. And Mrs. Dick Clark says, Chubby Checker, Chubby Checker like Fats Domino. That's how it happened.
Were you happy with it?
No, no kid wants to be fat, even if you are fat. No, but then after a while, I realized there were no other Chubby Checkers around. You know, why fight it? And I said, let's be Chubby Checker. Let's go out there and be Chubby Checker and do the twist and make them nuts. And I realized that I had this wealth of opportunities in this one dance combined with my talent. So how could you go wrong, you dummy? And I says, yeah, you're right about that. So let's go out. And after that, no problem.
And you've done many other songs too, and you do a great entertaining in shows, over 300 dates a year that you do. Where does the energy come from?
There it is. Need I say more? Right up there. That's where it comes from. I exercise, I take good care of myself, I get a lot of sleep, and I play. And I take care of Chubby Checker.
And I was reading you also do like jogging every place you go or something?
I jog a lot. I used to jog even more, but I still jog a lot. And it keeps the heart rhythm good, keeps me feeling good. After I do a run, I realize that I'm special because I run, and I was doing it long before anyone else did it. Like 1968, I was running. Now I'm just a member of the crowd. I used to be a lonely man jogging. Now I'm just a member.
Did you have certain goals that you do when you jog? I mean, as far as mileage or what have you?
I don't try to make time. I just run. I say, I'm going to do 5 miles today. I do 5 miles. Today I'm going to do 3. Well, I think I'm going to do something extraordinary next week. I think I'm going to run 10 miles. And then I think about it, and then when I do it, and after 10 miles I go, I did it.
It's a self-accomplishment.
Yeah,
sure. Now this is a tough question. You talk about lasting over the years, and Oreo lasting, and Chubby Checker lasting 30 years or so. To what do you attribute your career longevity, Chubby?
Every show is the first show. It's never the last show. I give everything I have. I don't do a favor for the audience. They're doing a favor for me. And I give them this. I give my heart. I try to give the things that you can't buy with money. I give them fun. I give them smile. A guy, you know, like this morning when I was in Sea Caucus, I gave somebody a cookie. They smiled, you know, when I gave them a cookie. And when I come on the stage, people smile. Chubby Checker's here. There's a caption in the newspaper. It says, "It's Friday, it's payday, smile. It's Friday, payday, and Chubby Checker's in town. Smile." Caption from the newspaper, and that just caps me right off. That's really what I'm all about: fun and a good time, and people smiling and forgetting about their problems. That's what I'm all about.
It's the way they can get away from all the hustle and bustle of daily routine.
Whatever is not making them happy, when they come see Chubby Checker, it's like having an Oreo cookie. Is eat it and have a good time. And I keep saying Oreo cookies because it's a fun thing, and I think we have that in common, where we're fun things, you know,
right.
That people want to come smile and have a good time. It's time for Chubby Checker. You know, you want to have something good to eat. It's time for an Oreo cookie. I think it's a perfect marriage.
I got you. Now, besides the old twist and the new Oreo twist, what other dances have you enjoyed yourself over the years?
Well, you ready for this? They're all my dances. If you've danced a part, they're all my dances. Before the twist, no one danced a part. After the twist, everybody danced a part to rock and roll music every place in the world. So the old twist is the new twist. The old Oreo twist is still the new Oreo twist. And I'm saying they're all my dances. Whatever you do, kids, they're all my dances, you know. If you're dancing a part in the year 2020, if you're still dancing a part, you're still Chubby Checker.
Now, a lot of people give you credit for keeping rock and roll alive when they were having all those rock and roll riots years ago, and then Chubby Checker came along and people started forgetting about their fightings and what was going on, and kind of got people back into the rock and roll. type of attitude and thinking about the new rock and roll. Did you ever put any credence to that when people tell
Listen,
you?
all my people are there are no riots at my shows. People have a good time, you know. You can bring your kids and see Chubby Chucker. I don't know about me putting things back in the rock and roll. I know that I just kept it fun. I kept it nice. I kept it just having a good time. You know, I think that just having a good time with the music, and you can bring, you know, grandmothers come and the kids and married people. Sometimes I feel like Mickey Mouse or Disneyland or something, or Bugs Bunny, because everybody comes to see our shows, and they're all different ages. So putting back the fun in rock and roll, the fun's never left. It's just that I have a positive interpretation on the music, and people respond in a positive way.
Mm-hmm. You talk about your career. You performed before royalty. You've entertained over 300 dates a year for several years. You're always asked to sign autographs, even in toll booths. I was reading the whole deal. You're a spokesperson now for Oreo. What has given you the biggest kick over the years? If you could put your finger on a couple.
Well, I have a big kick every year and every day. Every day is a holiday. You know, I don't observe holidays because every day is a holiday. And I'm always happy and having a good time. But the latest explosion in my life, I went to the White House, and I saw Barbara Bush and George and Dan Quayle and his wife and all those other guys. And we were at the inaugural ball, and that was so much fun. I went to the White House and saw bust of Abraham Lincoln is all over the White House. All these great pictures of him, all these great pictures of Nancy Reagan and Jacqueline, and all these great first ladies. Oh, and Barbara Bush. Barbara Bush is such a nice person. She's so sweet, you know. I really like her. I like her if she wasn't First Lady. And George Bush is probably the most experienced president that we ever had. And they got the young, good-looking Dan Quayle. Everybody probably is upset because he's young and good-looking.
Right.
But I'm having a good time with it, and it's fun. And going to the White House was just the best thing. You know, this is the best thing. And I'll tell you one thing else, too. Now, I don't know if I saw this. I think I saw Oreo cookies at the party. I'm not sure, but I thought I saw some.
Out of the corner of your eye.
Out of the corner of my eye, when I spotted an Oreo there.
Well, if they hadn't had it then, I'm sure they'll have it in the future when you come by. Right? Well, very good luck with this.
Thank you.
With being in the
Folks, this man is the Duke of, or his name is Earl. You mean your French name, you Earl?
Yeah. No,
hey, Earl, what's happening?
Yeah, no, the white guy.
Hey,
Earl, I don't understand.
I want an Oreo cookie, Earl. Earl, I have Oreo cookie.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I appreciate
okay.
it.